Hockey Championships 2019 here live from the Czech Republic, and it's time to go into the semi-final business, starting with Canada against the Republic of Korea. Jonathan Bell and Paul Rosie Rosen bringing you coverage of this one, and we're very much looking forward to it. The first of our two semi-finals this evening under the lights here at the Ostrava Arena, which is all set for one of the world's best against one of its most exciting teams. Canada second in the 2017 World Championships, also just pipped as well to it in the 2018 Pyeongchang Paralympic Games. They're looking to make it back-to-back gold medals though when it comes to the Worlds. As for Korea, they may be trying to sneak a place into the final, but certainly will be wanting some sort of medal to take away from the Czech Republic to go back to East Asia with.
Yeah, Jono, this is going to be the start of what's going to be an exciting day in Ostrava. Canada and Korea, and then United States and the home nation, the Czech Republic. Canada starting Dominic Larocque in goal. He's the up-and-coming, well, he's the number one now, and he's proving to be one of the best, pushing Steve Cash, who is arguably the best goalie in the world. Canada better not take Korea lightly. They beat them 4-0 in the preliminary round, but Korea's going to come out hard. Korea's got nothing to lose. They want to repeat as bronze medalists, but they're going to play this game like there's no tomorrow.
As you mentioned, Larocque in goal then. Tyler McGregor, you see on the forward line there, the captain. He is the top point scorer for Canada, 4 goals and 4 assists. Remember, he got 8 goals at Pyeongchang 2018. Ken Babby, who led Canada to that gold medal in the last World Championships in Korea in 2017, is looking to make it 2 out of 2. Korea looking to stand in their way. Yoon Man-gyun, the big man, in goal for them. A couple of admissions, though, worth mentioning. Young Sung Kwan and Cho Byung-suk, the latter getting a hat-trick in the quarterfinals against Italy, will not be a part of today's semi-final. And as ever, leading the Koreans is Park Hyung-wook as he looks on. And of course, big pressure on his shoulders after the success and the home games in Pyeongchang 2018.
And their program has really come a long way. I remember playing them just when they were starting to be a nation in 210. And if you think it's only 9 years, they have come a long way trying to go bronze medals 3 years in a row.
So there we have then the man in goal for Korea, and they certainly have healthy competition between the sticks. Yoon Man-gyun is the man who will start, but Lee Jae-woong is certainly a capable backup option. And these two have already met in this competition already. They were both in the same preliminary group. It was a 4-0 victory for Canada, but that is quite an impressive result as far as Korea are concerned. And you look at how teams can so easily falter against the North Americans. They hold Canada to just the 4, and USA as well.
Yeah, that was a really good game. They played it smart. They're a sneaky team where you don't know when they're coming, but they come and bite you at a certain point. It's going to hurt a little having their best 2 offensive players in number 14 and 27. They're resting up, I guess, with a little bit of a nick to tomorrow's game.
All set then for this one, the first of our 2 semi-finals tonight on the penultimate day of action in Ostrava at the World Para Ice Hockey Championships 2019. It's the reigning world champions Canada against the reigning bronze medalists, the Republic of Korea. Korea, of course, wanting to go one further. Canada wanted to make sure they overcome this battle and then stave off the stars and stripes of the USA should they meet them in the final. Seatbelts fastened, we're off and underway here, and this should be a very tight battle indeed when you consider Korea certainly prepared to be physical.
Yeah, and Canada's going to come out real hard. Westlake, Lavin, and McGregor up front. Henry and Liam Hickey on the back end. And Hickey is proving to be one of the better players in the world now, playing on the back end, but man, he can fly and come up front and be very, very potent offensively, Jono.
Yeah, Canada's still looking defensively strong. Adam Dixon taking a year out, and he certainly is one of the best in the world in that position, but Canada look comfortable enough without him. But can Korea ruffle a couple of feathers without their star couple of players? It'll be interesting to see those two out. We have heard with sore injuries. They should be okay to return for the final day, but they don't want to get the extra knock against Canada here, which could see them out for the remainder of the tournament. As Hickey looks to just stride and do it himself. Now Lavin, this is good team play. McGregor gets the shot away. It's the first save of the game.
That was great play, great pressure, great passing, and a big stop by the big Korean goaltender. And it's huge for a goalie to be big. And this guy, I don't think could get any bigger. He's a big boy.
Yeah, that jersey almost bursting at the seams there. But thankfully for him, his net wasn't, as he made a good save to his right-hand side. Still good intricate play from the Canadians though, and decent effort there from Bridges with the outside of the right blade. Just wide, he's curving round into a central position now and lays it off.
Oh.
And the low effort wide, but Canada really peppering around the Korean goal, and they'll come again with Cozzolino, and this time it's the other side of the post.
Cozzolino all around him, his family just up a few rows from the right side in the corner. He just missed that one, and Robbie Armstrong just missed it too.
Kim Dae-jung was the man battling away for it there. Couldn't quite keep possession of it, but Korea do get it on the far side with Lee Seokyong before quickly losing it. Canada swarming around the puck as they so often do. Such a good team ethic about them, which is why they've been so successful in recent years.
Yeah, they've always played with a heavy forecheck. Coach Babby has them working hard. And of course they have assistant coach Mike Foligno, who's no stranger to hockey. Played, I think, 14 or 15 years in the NHL. His two boys, Marcus and Nick, are in the NHL. His one boy, Nick, is the captain of the Columbus Blue Jackets, who are still playing. I know we're going to have a lot of Canadians, hope a lot of Koreans watching, but a lot of Canadians back home in Canada watching all the boys play.
Just in a replay there, the save from Yu Man-gyun, and it was on his stick side as well, which makes it impressive from him. But you'd expect him to be a very busy man over the course of this period and the remainder of the game. Yeah,
blocker stop is one of the hardest for you watching for the first time, and that was a big stop. He's a good goalie.
McGregor just arcing around and surveying the scene. Hasn't got much time to do it though. And Korea are making sure they're getting their teeth involved and getting under Canadian skin.
This is what the Koreans have to do. They have to play a really boring game, but cut the Canadians off at the seam, not let them have too many wide open all-around shots. Let them shoot all they want from the point and from the outside. Cut the inside out. Here's a chance for Westlake.
Opens up for him, needs support, gets it from McGregor, who nearly found his 5th goal of the tournament. Just got underneath it a bit too much. But play continuing, and McGregor again involved in it. 100-miler still from Canada, just how they like it though. Despite the speed they go at, they still keep great control of proceedings as they come round the back of the net. Korea just thwarting them from getting into the central position. And then a bit of a decoy here from Hickey, really fooling the back line and just couldn't quite find his captain.
Just missed it. Great play by Hickey, just missed McGregor down low on the back door.
Korea can't get out of their own defensive zone at the moment. Here's Westlake. The men in white really being suffocated right now by the Maple Leafs. As McGregor picks it up. Hickey an option on the near side. Did well to keep that one alive. Lavin there with a nice turn away, but couldn't find a red jersey in Korea. Well, they look to try and make something creative of this rather than dump it long. Effort from range there just to try and test the rock, but it drifted wide of goal.
That was relentless pressure. They just were all over them.
Canada slip from them, and maybe Korea are in here. What a moment they've got, and what great defensive work it was from Crane.
That is huge. People may not look at that down the road, tomorrow or next week, but if Korea can get the first one, man, they can have some real big momentum. Is a huge part of any sport, and that was a sloppy play, resulted in a good shot.
Zero in the first period here at the Ostrava Arena. Semi-final time in the Czech Republic between Canada and the Republic of Korea. And Korea going so close, but Choi Si-woo almost got caught there in the maple syrup himself as he tried to go through. Didn't have the room to get the shot away.
I like that maple syrup. You ever try it?
I have actually. Big fan.
Really good.
Big fan. Korea weren't there on that occasion though, and Canada have survived, and you just wonder if there are maybe a few nerves in their ranks as well, as that laser was zipped towards the net of Dominic Larocque. And you know, you've been a part of this Canadian team before, Paul. You know what it's like to be part of a good team, maybe against an underdog. Are the nerves out there for Canada in this semi-final? They should be used to it now.
Well, there still has to be some nerves, because no matter what, you're playing for your country, and anytime you play for your country, it is a privilege. I was just talking to Coach Babby before the game, and it's a privilege, not a right. You don't have a right to play for your country. It is an honor and privilege. Never forget that, young guys and girls.
Well, there's a few young players in the Canada ranks there. Average age coming into this tournament, 26 years old, a year younger than that of the American roster.
Yeah, when I retired, the average age dropped by 25 years, though.
Canada zip down the left with Hickey, who's really taking no nonsense in this game, and he'll do it himself. What a brilliant goal. He nearly took the net off, and Canada draw first blood in the semi-final.
I'm telling you, Jono, I was just talking to Coach Babby about this kid. Newfoundland and Labrador's pride and joy, Liam Hickey. What a play, Larocque. And Larocque's going to get another assist, his third assist of the games. He slips it down to Hickey. Hickey comes in and just lets a rifle go. I want to say that the Korean goalie should have had it, but no chance. It was from far out, but it was in the perfect spot, Jono. Right over his head and under the bar. Look at that shot. That was a rocket. Newfoundland and Labrador have a pop for young Liam Hickey. Wow.
Fourth goal of these World Championships, and you could just see as soon as he got the puck there, the Koreans were terrified. They were all skating towards their own goal. You don't want to be doing that as a defenseman, and the goaltender not protected, and he may not be here either, as well. Canada are really sensing something now, and the goaltender forcing that one away.
Yeah, and Hickey is just getting so good. He's used as a rover defenseman, but he can rove up and down. And that's one thing you can do in sled hockey as opposed to able-body hockey.
McGregor getting goal side, cutting it back. Hickey again, didn't get quite much purchase on that one. May have took a nick on the way through, and Yu Man-gun has safely got that.
Yeah, that one he'd want back. He had time. He didn't have to panic. Here it comes out. Nice pass off by McGregor, and it hit a stick. Deflected. But he's so natural. Man, I would give anything to have had that talent at that age. And he's a nice young man.
A few Czech supporters on the screen just before that. You can see them in the top of your screen now, in fact. All getting ready for their semi-final, of course, against the USA later tonight. Oh, it's a second for Canada. Well, goodness knows how that came about, but fortune on their side. They're 2-0 ahead, and they will not care how it came at all.
That, you know, you don't need breaks when you're a great team. Canada, the United States, they don't need breaks. This came right off the draw. How did it go in? Let's see this. Oh, it's going to be Armstrong's goal. The Korean tried to clear it, hit Armstrong's sled, just like a game of billiards. It bounced off, you know, the puck into the corner pocket. The corner pocket was the goal. Korean goalie has to be prepared off a draw. You always, young goalies, you always have to be prepared and get ready. Glove up, stick down at the draw, no matter where it is. That was unlucky.
Well, Rob Armstrong, who of course was inconsolable after the Paralympic final when he could have won it at the end of regulation. That's the only time I'm going to mention that.
Yeah, that was hard luck.
But yeah, very fortunate goal for Canada there, and he'll take that all day long. It's not what Korea needed, and now it's just a case of making this scoreline respectable as Armstrong tries to tear through again. Not quite got the agility of some of his other teammates. There's going to be a penalty coming here, but Canada will look to turn the screw as they've gone 6-on-5 for now, and not for long, you suspect. Play will continue though. Here's McGregor, still Canada using the extra man, but not finding the net this time.
This is the one thing that I'd like other countries to learn and do more. It was a delayed penalty. The Canadians hold the puck. Dominic Larocque comes out to give them the extra attacker. They have another 20 seconds. The only guys that really do this are the Canadians and the Americans, Larocque and Steve Cash. They're in the bench, man, faster than you could say penalty, and you have an extra few seconds to put it in. Just makes it so much easier when your goalie is smart and he knows the game, and he's giving your team a chance to keep going.
Choi Si-woo is the man then in the penalty box for the next 2 minutes.
Or less.
Potentially, as Canada now really got the bit between their teeth, and Hickey is spearheading that. Westlake, well, great awareness there, didn't quite come off.
Yeah, that's where Lavin has to know that Westlake is doing a little touch-off pass.
Now McGregor's got room that he'll fancy as he purrs towards the central position. Not got the option now to go alone, but we'll use Hickey here in a good position to score. Just got underneath it. The puck was rolling, which made it difficult to keep it down. Play continuing with McGregor. Great stick handling from the left to the right. Just slowing the game down whenever he likes as well. Great game management. Now Hickey trying to be the assist man.
And it went in. Off took another bad break. He was going a slip-off pass to Westlake on the corner. The Korean defenseman tried to block it. It hit him and went in. That'll be McGregor's goal. I'm pretty sure we'll catch a replay, pardon me, of this. Or is it Hickey? It's going to be... Or, I think Lavin got a piece of it. See if we can see that a little better. Could you see that? I don't know if I saw that.
I would say an own goal, that, from Lee Kyung-sung.
Yeah, so that would be Hickey's second then. That's hard to... It definitely wasn't Greg Westlake's. Westlake never touched it. He'll be more... I've roomed with him for a long time. He's not going to take a cheap goal. He will be more than happy to say, I didn't touch that. And we'll get it. Hickey will probably have it soon. Westlake's got a lot of people watching back home, from his girlfriend Catherine to Uncle Mike. Uncle Mike, I don't know. Do you know Uncle Mike? I do. He's a nice guy.
Well, a big hello to all the Canadian contingent who will be really enjoying this at the moment. Talked just a couple of minutes before the first goal about nerves. Well, they're out the window now.
Yeah, and that was another power play goal. They have scored a lot on the power play this World Championship.
Here's Lahu in class into, and this is the thing now about Korea. They'll get frustrated and they may go a bit over the top here and show a bit of needle.
Yeah, they're going to get frustrated for sure. They play on a line. They walk that, you know, Carl will end a tightrope.
There's a threat here of the scoreline from earlier on in the World Championships between these two being matched before the first period's out. Canada winning 4-0 that day, and they're not far off it now, and you can see that next goal coming very shortly.
Oh, big hit.
Big hit, but it was legal, and it was James Dunn on the wrong end of it, as Canada are getting some of their third liners out on the ice here and getting some valuable time. And of course Korea may have had one eye on tomorrow anyway, being a bronze medal bout rather than a gold one, but still they want to make this as respectable as possible and make Canada work for it.
Yeah, you always play to win, you play your best, but they might be outmatched against this big Canadian squad.
Henry finding Cozzolino with Armstrong ahead. Cozzolino using him as a decoy though and went for goal. It's a pretty simple save that time, but big still hit. Alive. And Cozzolino, second time lucky, perhaps. Great last-ditch challenge, and then Bridges denied. What a save that was. Was that the helmet or the pad? Not quite sure, but either way, it's very successful stuff.
Big stop. Bridges got a little snake bit there.
Well, at the moment, it's like cannonballs being fired at the Korean goal. Another one's coming now, and it just trickles wide. Cozzolino will arc round. Korea with all hands on deck, but I think their hands are covered in soap at the moment. They're losing grip.
Yeah.
Now Bridges wanting to get involved.
Put a plug in the dam. The ship is going down, Jono, and it's going down fast.
It is, and Korea are making a wholesale bunch of changes there as that puck goes long, just to try and freshen things up on the ice. But here comes McGregor trying to steam and recover.
That's big pressure for you. You know, you got a 3-0 lead and you're still flying in on the offense. I love that.
Now Korea, who will be ruining, no doubt, the earlier opportunity. They might have one now, though. Shot comes in and saved from Larocque. The big man is there when required, and it's not that often. But the rare occasion was found, and he came up trumps.
Yeah, that was a really big stop. Nice blocker stop. Good clean look. Good sight lines for the Korean. I was told this a long time ago by a great NHL goalie. It's tougher to be a great goalie on a great team than a great goalie on a bad team.
Well, here's McGregor trying to epitomise such a great team that Canada are. And it's got a bit stuck around the hash mark here. Who's going to dig it out? It will be McGregor.
They need a whistle bad.
Canada are just quickest at the moment to every puck. There's another loose one here, and it scoots over. The right idea there, but just couldn't find the target.
The arena is tilted, and no, Canada's not on a power play.
Another shot comes in, and that blasts wide. Well, Canada do not rest on their laurels at all.
Now Westlake with a ripper that rimmed around and out.
Just shows you Canada's such good examples of how this sport can be played with such pace yet precision as well. The decision making is incredible at such speeds. Here's Lahu. Tries to guide it round the back. A little ricochet for Dunn. He gets hit. Stick loss from the Korean though.
A little bit of a tee there, but he got away with it.
Well, that clock isn't counting down quickly enough for Korea. Less than 2.5 remaining. They've had a couple of decent counter charges.
And they're starting to panic, and when you panic, you make sloppy plays and you make bad decisions.
Well, it's been threaded through now, but lost, and Henry was there. And Canada immediately looked to come forward down the other end, but a big check coming in, and then Canada happily respond.
Absolutely. 1 for 1, you hit me, I hit you.
So far, though, it's played in a very good nature, this one. Dumped long from deep by the captain there, Jang Jong-ho. But different environment than for Korea. The last 2 major championships, the Paralympics and the Worlds, both played on their own backyard with the home supporters. But they're a long way from home here, and they're a long way from getting back in this game as Lahu looks to rub it in even further. But that one saved by Yoon Man-gyun, who's certainly been busy in the first period.
Oh yeah, he wants a whistle, man. He wants a whistle bad.
Scores Canada 3, Korea 0 here, with just a couple of minutes left in the first period. Canada large and in charge in this first period. Less than 90 seconds to go of it. And still hungry for a fourth goal that would equal their win in the preliminary round against Korea. Here's Bridges. He's going to go for goal. He made his own angle on the left blade. Hit the target. He's come back out. Cozzolino all the way round and into the corner. It's like a procession for Cozzolino. Found the space and cool as you like, slotted it into the corner of the net, and it is 4 for Canada.
Young Dom Cozzolino, his family here in the corner cheering him on. Beautiful little play. Nice save by the Korean on Billy Bridges. Cozzolino holds left hand, left hand, slides it along the ice. No chance. The Korean goalie couldn't see that at all. It was a big screen. Puts it in again, and Billy Bridges with an assist. And Jono, I've said it all week, Billy Bridges playing with a heavy heart. His mother passed away last week. I've known Billy a long, long time, and I knew his mother, Mary. Very nice lady. Followed Billy all around to watch him play. He's playing for her, he told me this week. He's playing for her.
Well, what a fitting tribute it would be for him and his teammates as well. Will be backing him to get them into the final, which they're well on course to do. And Korea at the moment, they're struggling, and the horn for the intermission can't come soon enough.
No, it's 4-0 already. Like you said, Jono, the first game they played was 4-0, and this one could be a lot more. I think they're going to work on some set plays, a few different things they need to be prepared for the U.S. I'm not counting the Czechs out. If you're watching and you're Czech, don't come and knock me out. It's just going to be a tough one for them tonight.
Certainly is, but they'll be backed in good number in this stadium as Westlake can't wrap his left stick around that one. Canada in an area where they have been for most of this period, and nearly a nonchalant, delicate one there, slipping through the gloves of Yu Mangyun, who shakes his head just to almost wake himself up there.
Yeah, he's had a lot of action. He's going to need to take a big drink of water in between the first and second.
Not long left to go. Are Canada going to get a fifth before this one's out? McGregor chancing his arm. Into the final few seconds. Korea certainly have earned their break at the end of this first period, but Canada's quality again shining through. And they are 4-0 ahead going into the first intermission here in the semi-final. There's a bit of argy-bargy in the neutral zone just as we come to the end of that first period, but nothing untoward as the officials get involved. And Korea are going to need more than the officials helping them out in the remainder of this game to close the gap. It's looking like an extremely ominous task here at the Ostrava Arena, where the scores are Canada 4, Korea 0. Well, earlier on in this tournament, Canada did concede a couple of goals against Norway. They may have scored 14, but it would be the two they've conceded that would have been the talking point at the end of that one. And as good as they are going forward, they'll want to make sure that right-hand column stays empty.
Absolutely. You see the goals, Hickey with 2. Armstrong and Cozzolino. They did give that goal to Hickey that went off of the sled and took it away from Westlake, as I knew they would. And here we go. This is Liam Hickey at his finest. Newfoundland and Labrador. Salute this young boy who's come a long way and plays wheelchair basketball also for Canada. What a good kid. This is off the draw. Little bit of a unlucky play. The Korean takes it, he shoots it. It hits Robbie Armstrong's sled and leaks in. You take goal any way you can get it, but that's the Korean goalie puts his head back and says, what do I have to do, man? That's just not right. There's Hickey with a slip down pass. Everybody thought Westlake put it in, but the Korean defender slid it in. Not happy about that. An own goal, they call that in England, where you're from, Jono. And Koreans have one good chance. Dominic Lerock with an easy blocker stop. And this one is back again. Dom Cosolino playing this game for a short time, but playing it like he's been playing it for a number of years. Slips it along the ice and in for a 4-0 lead.
As we can see the stats from that first period, and what a busy period it's been for Yu Man-gun. He's had to make 14 saves in that first period, add to the 18 aimed towards him, and the success there as well on the Canadian power play, managing to get the goal within the first minute, it has to be said, of the power play. Now that is why at the end of the first period here at the Ostrava Arena, it is the Maple Leafs that are heading for the World Para Ice Hockey Championship final tomorrow here in the Czech Republic. Still work to be done to make sure that Korea are not let back into this one, but it's going to be a very, very difficult task to say the least. Canada 4, Korea 0. We'll be back with the second period shortly.
Tak to určitě do toho, co by nám dalo,
Welcome back to the Ostrava Arena, where we're gearing up for the second period of the World Para Ice Hockey Championships 2019. The first semi-final, Canada against the Republic of Korea. And as you can see, it's been a perfect start from the North Americans. Those 4 goals coming from Liam Hickey, also goals as well from Rob Armstrong. Hickey with another. And then a sumptuous finish from Dominic Cozzolino, cool as a cucumber, making it 4-0. We knew it'd be tough for the Koreans without their 2 prominent defensemen as well, Young Sung Hwan and Cho Byung Suk, who have offered so much for them over the years. They're having to really do this the ugly way, the boring way, as the man alongside me, Paul Rosie Rosen, called it in the first period, but Canada are making it far from boring right now.
No, Canada's moving the puck around really well. You can't fault the Korean goalie. A couple of real bad breaks. The one off of Armstrong's sled. The own goal. First one by Liam Hickey was an absolute laser under the bar. I think Korea right now, you just have to be smart. Don't get anybody hurt. And do what you really came here to do. If you really talk to them and they're honest with you, you know, they're trying to go back-to-back bronze medals. They're not ready to compete with Canada and the USA yet. Not saying that they won't down the road. You know, with upcoming teams like China, they're going to be great. Germany's coming back on board. And then you have the Russians, who were incredible and left the sport for a little bit, and they're coming back. So the sport looks great leading up to China in 2022, Jono.
All set then, as we await puck drop for the second period. And as you can see, people have come from far and wide to be here. The Republic of Korea faithful still proudly fly their flags, still riding on the way from 2018 at the Paralympic Games, which they so successfully held. But Canada against Korea, second period coming next. You do feel that in that Korea locker room at the break, it would have been a difficult conversation about how you negotiate the next period, because you're playing against a side that moves the puck so quickly, but as soon as you get it, they're on you like a rash as well. As Hickey will flash one short side, and it's, I think, took a nick there off Yu Man-gun, who will be anticipating a lot more to come his way as McGregor goes round the back. Maybe got a couple of options with him. Still coming towards the near side with it, McGregor, just occupying it and waiting for the option.
Yeah, he was playing with that like the kid in the playground that doesn't want anybody to take his ball away from him.
Now McGregor again, everywhere on the ice. Slips it across. Hickey can just let that come into his path. And then go into a bit of a race there with Kim Dae-jung and win it as well. Canada just toying on with the Koreans here. It's almost like the Koreans are on string at times, and we know how good Korea are, we've seen that, but Canada just make them look so average.
Yeah, they just move the puck around so well. They're such a disciplined team, and here's a great chance.
Could be a 3-on-1 if they play it right. Hickey, oh, he'll always play it right. Lovely how he switched that onto the left blade, and it's a hat-trick for him, and 5 for Canada.
And that's a hat-trick in the second period just started, Jono. You talk about great plays. You talk about a future in this game. You talk about number 23, the assistant captain, Liam Hickey. What a play. He has it on his right. He just waits, and that's the key. Look at this, wait, and puts it to the left and in. That's a maturity, Jono, that you don't get from a kid so young as Hickey. He could play 20 more years and still a young guy. Unbelievable. I'm just amazed. Every time I see this kid play, I'm amazed how good he is.
21 years of age and really showing his worth here with his 6th goal now of these World Championships. And Canada aren't going to stop there. You wonder when they will stop, if ever.
maybe double digits. They've had some issues with Korea in the past, and I think they'll probably go to 10 if they can get there, and then maybe shut the door.
So switched on, so focused here. Canada, ultra professional. Cozzolino, once again, the coolest man it seems on the ice. Exhibition stuff at times from Canada. Got that in the locker, and they're not afraid to show it.
The one thing you don't want to do is get injured. That's what you don't want to do. You came here to play the States in the final, and that's tomorrow afternoon. Stay healthy.
They're just jumping that round the back there and getting some changes in terms of personnel. It's been a rocky ride in this first 2.5 minutes in this period.
Yeah, that was a glove pass. I talked a little bit a while ago about Billy Bridges and playing with a heavy heart. His mom just passing. Sammy Jo Small, his wife, she was one of the greatest goaltenders in female hockey, played with the Canadian women's team for years. She just sent me a note. She's a great girl, absolutely incredible family, and she wants to wish Billy all the best. She's so proud of him playing under this kind of duress.
Absolutely. Also can certainly echo that. The Rock just disrupts proceedings again.
That's what a lot of people don't understand. These guys here, they don't get NHL money. They travel all around the world. They play for the pride of the game, the love of the game, and they still have families and family issues, and they still do it.
So many of them as well come time and time again, and you know, from your days now, Rosie, this is sort of a new generation. Only a couple of members of this roster were there in 2006 for the gold medal winning side at the Paralympic Games, but yet still they produce such great quality. You could argue even better than in your day.
Oh, much better. Westlake, who just had the tip, Westlake and Bridges, the only two still on this team from our 2006 triumph against Norway 3-0 in Torino, which is a memory I'll have for the rest of my life. Both of them scoring. It was a real memorable game, but yeah, I don't know if I can make this team now, to be really honest with you. The talent right now in this country and the Americans with their grassroots programs, out of nowhere they find guys like Hickey and the Americans like Farmer. The game just, the future is so bright.
Talking as well off air about the fact that so many of them come to the training camps, and if one of them falls out of line for any reason, they've got a replacement straight away.
Oh yeah, you don't just, it's not like the old days where you can do what you want, say what you want. There's rules. There is absolute rules. Hockey Canada is an honor and joy to play with, but you don't play games with Hockey Canada or with USA Hockey.
Korea have managed to just stem the tide a little bit in the last couple of plays, and it's become a bit scrappy, which is how they will certainly prefer it. Here they are bulldozing forward now with Seokyong Lee, but the whistle has caught him up, offside given, and it's little things like that, isn't it? Even when you get the break of the puck, Korea just don't seem to be switched on enough to make the right decision to get the goal.
Yeah, I don't understand why the offensive player was in the zone there to swing out. You have to give your guy an opportunity. You may only get 2 or 3 against Canada, and if you go offside, that's undisciplined, silly play.
Here's Hickey again, once more, ghosting from the left wing and just tearing things up here. They're backtracking again, and he fires it over, but Korea just can't get near him even if they wanted to.
Oh, and then you got a guy like Bridges who's back-checking and picks it up and has the opportunity now.
Great stick handling and balance. And maybe a shooting opportunity here. The pave format in front of him was there, but he couldn't hit the target. And Korea are almost playing like individuals right now.
I'd like to
dispossess each other.
Sorry, John. I'd like to see Bridges get an opportunity to let that ripping shot go. He has got an absolute cannon.
Maybe another opportunity there. Hickey this time on the right. Brilliant once again, even if he was backing into the board. Hickey using the right stick, then offloading it on the outside. Just look at the movement from the red jerseys off the puck. All of them trying to make the right bit of space. just cause Korea a couple of problems and tear them out of position.
Yeah, I think they're trying to score now, but they're trying to score pretty. 2-3 passes and a goal. You know, no selfish stuff anymore now.
Well, they could be clear here. Korea making a change at quite a bad time. Kozolino. Now McGregor. Can Canada make them pay? Just got away from him. And there was you to gather it up.
Yeah, Tyler McGregor, and there's a great story, Tyler McGregor. We'll talk about that in a second.
We go to a break. Canada 5, Korea 0. The one goal for Canada so far in this second period. 5 the tally in total. Maybe trying to get a 6th right now, as Rosie was saying, just wanting to get that perfect goal, it seems, out of respect, but also just trying to hone home a couple of particular plays that maybe they've got in line for tomorrow against either the United States or the Czech Republic. Hickey there, superb again. And he squared across, but no one in red there. Korea struggling to clear their lines. And then McGregor has just dug it out and stuck it home. I think it was a deflection which took the pace out of the puck, but still it was enough to deceive Yu Mang-gyun. And it's Canada 6, Korea 0.
Yeah, that one just, again, hard luck. It leaked out. Was just laying there. Nobody really knew where it was. Bounces off the 11. McGregor says, thank you very much, I'll take that goal. I was talking about McGregor as he puts another one in. A great young kid. I met him years ago at Hockey to Conquer Cancer in Toronto, and he was just getting over the cancer and losing his leg, and he talked about sled hockey, and now he's the captain of the team, following in such great leaders as the captain before him, Greg Westlake, the captain before him, the great John Labonte, one of my favorites, and then the captain before him, Todd Nicholson. Great, great, great people have worn the C on this Canadian para ice hockey team over the years.
Well, Canadian hands firmly gripped around Korean throats right now. And we said they were looking for the perfect goal, Canada. I don't think that was it.
No.
But if you get the opportunity like they did there, you're gonna have a go.
No, absolutely. You can't just, it's more disrespectful to not score when you have the opportunity than to score too many.
And Korea, we're always going to struggle today defensively, but also at the other end of the ice without their 2 main talismen, who are watching on in the crowd not too far away from us. And hopefully they'll be able to recover for tomorrow. We have heard that they should be able to.
I got a feeling they're going to be just fine for tomorrow.
Looks like that'll be a bronze medal game, and Canada will once again go for gold. But wanting to make sure that they're still at full tilt here, keen for another one, as some of the third liners come in as well. And that's the thing for Korea. You could say, oh, right, they're putting players from the third line on now, Canada, but these are players that want to go up the pecking order.
Absolutely. You know, you're on the third line, you eventually want to get to the first line, but you have to learn. The Korean goalie's going to go down. He barely got touched. I got to say, you know, I've been hit pretty hard in this game. It could be 2 things. It could be that he did get clipped there. I'd like to see the replay, and it could be that It's 6-0 and he wants out. Let's see here. Oh, he got hit in the head. Yeah. He got clipped in the head. That hurts. It may not seem like he got hit. Yep. My apologies to the young man. I've been hit in the head a few times. I have a few concussions over the years. And he took a conk from the bottom of the sled to the noggin, and it doesn't tickle, let's put it that way. You definitely feel it. First thing your trainer asks you is, where are you? If you say Ostrava, you're okay. If you say Istanbul, you're not okay.
Well, Yuman Gyun will be okay to continue here in Ostrava, just in case any listeners are beginning to get a bit confused. We are well in the Czech Republic.
Yeah, we haven't moved yet.
And they'll let us know about it later on, no doubt about that, in the game against the United States.
Oh, yes. Oh, yes, yes, yes. Going to be close to 9,000 tonight, Jono.
That's incredible today. My first day here in Ostrava. And you can see it's a fantastic arena. Say right now it's about a third full. And the noise is very loud indeed. The hooters and the drums certainly aiding that.
Yeah, they're quite loud. And you're taking over for Alan March. Alan did a great job, a bang-up, as he liked to say, a crackers job, a bang-up crackers job. Well, the first time he said crackers, I was getting hungry. I didn't know what he was talking about. But I learned very fast.
Well, it's clappers rather than crackers in the crowd, as they really get the atmosphere going. And they'll enjoy what Canada have got to show here. Canada want to put on a performance for themselves and their families, as we've mentioned, but the crowd as well, those that have made the long trip and those that are locals, wanting to show the best of para ice hockey, because there may be some of us out there have watched it for years, some of us haven't, but we all recognise a good sports team when we see one, and this Canada team are formidable.
Yeah, absolutely. I saw a little action off to the side with Dom Cosolino and one of the Koreans. They were not changing recipes for chocolate cake. Little forearm shiver for the Korean from Dom Cosolino, another great youngster on this team. Well, we've been saying that a lot, eh? Great youngsters.
It's frightening. Just, it's like a conveyor belt, isn't it, in Canada? Players just keep on coming and coming.
In the States, too.
And that is why they are head-to-head, so close to call.
Just wait, though. Russia, China, they're knocking on the door. And that's what's great for the game.
Absolutely. As Korea showed in 2018 that you can be a relatively new program on the scene and still fire your way up there. Korea, there a while, but they've shown in the last few years just how good they can be. Oh, McGregor there. Goodness me.
That's one of those, Jono, where as the goalie, you have to be prepared instantly, because McGregor doesn't look like he's going to shoot. Boom! He takes that shot, and the Korean goalie makes a really nice glove stop, squeezing the puck, and that's what we have not seen a lot of in this week. A lot of the goalies letting the puck leak out of their glove instead of holding, and that makes it for a real bad play for the defenseman when you give up an easy rebound. Squeeze that glove, boys and girls, if you're playing goal. Take it down to the basement and play down there and practice squeezing the glove.
And it's difficult to comprehend sometimes as well just how quick some of these players can fire the puck.
Oh my God.
Because unlike stand-up hockey where you've got a bit of run-up momentum, these players don't really have that. They've got to accelerate with their arms and then shoot with them as well.
Oh yeah, just get on a sled and try it. You'll see how difficult it is, the way these players play. Oh, just missed them backdoor.
And they make it look so easy. And it isn't. I've not tried it myself, and there's a reason for that.
We'll have to get you in the sled, give it a shot.
I was hoping you wouldn't say that. As, Canada really just managing the game so well. They can just put the game in any gear they like and still be on top. And that is a lovely flick out towards the near side, which Hickey nearly took in his stride.
I don't think the Koreans have had a chance since that real good opportunity that Dominic Larocque stopped with the blocker.
Yeah, it's felt like a very long time since we've actually looked down this end of the ice. Almost cracked my neck as Korea crossed halfway, but Canada again looking to turn defence into attack with Bridges, Hickey, Kozolina wanting to get up there as well. Here he is now with Bridges back in the centre, and it was just behind him too much. Korea not having the pace the other way.
Good offense there to negate the icing by the speedster Korean. And you talked about their guy that's not playing, number 14. He's probably the fastest player right now in the world.
Well, a chance for Canada again. And shot came from Gemmell.
Gonna have a penalty. I think it's a Gemmell. There he is. Gemmell's going off. Or is it Riley? They're trying to trick me here, Jono.
Yeah, it will be Garrett Riley. And we'll go to a break. We'll be back shortly. Canada 6 up against Korea. Garrett Riley in the box then, and for the first time, Korea are 5-on-4. Interesting to see what they could do in this situation.
The tricky thing about Canada and the United States, when they're killing penalties, they're as dangerous or more dangerous with the shorthanded opportunity. They play a heavy checking, aggressive penalty kill.
Let's see in the last couple of minutes if Korea can do anything here to Canada offensively, or are they just going to take this as a couple of minutes of breathing time, you wonder, as they looked like they were getting a bit dizzy a few minutes ago.
Oh no, Canada's going to look for a goal here, I can guarantee you that. That was a big hit on Hickey.
Emery scooping it with venom, and there'll be a penalty coming against Korea.
That's, you know what, that's just so silly. 97 behind the net, you grab, jeez, you grab Hickey and just, I think you grabbed him and spun him around. We'll get a chance to see this. There he takes Hickey and spins him around. Wow, that's a silly penalty. You're trying to get on them, you're trying to get back in the game, and you negate that power play, the one chance you have. Bridges loses the draw.
You could see as Choi Si-woo got put in the box there and just tossed his stick down, and frustration certainly is running through his veins right now. So it's a 4-on-4. And if anything, this is worse for Korea because Canada have more space to work with, and they'll work with it well. Gemmell can't find the target, and Bridges there with an audacious flick back into the crease, but no one in red waiting.
Yeah. Three minutes to go in the second, and then 15 more in the third. And then Canada can get ready for a gold, and the Koreans can get ready for their bronze. Just like they thought when they were on the plane ride here a week ago.
Yep, all going to plan for Canada. You can see at the top of your screen, just under the score graphic, just how long there is left on both teams' respective penalties.
Bridges!
What a sensational goal from Billy Bridges. And we've talked about Canada making it look easy, but Bridges has just whipped that shot out of nowhere. And like a bullet, it flew past Yu Man Young, and it's 7.
Now that's the Billy Bridges I know. Turns, waits, comes in, and like an absolute cannon, he looks up to the heavens and says, "Mum, that's for you." Oh, he's got a little tear there when Billy looked up to the sky. Good kid, known him a long time.
That was an important moment for him. And you spoke to me before, Rosie, about dressing room solidarity. You don't win championships just on quality. You've got to be a family. And they'll have been there for Bridges during what's been a very difficult couple of weeks. And they'll know how much that's meant to him more than anything.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. You spend a lot of time together when you're playing on the national team.
Well, not long left on the Canada penalty. The graphic's slightly wrong on your screen there because Korea will still have another minute with a player less, despite what it says on your screen now. So Canada are back at full strength, but Korea not yet.
And that's all you need is to give them the power play now.
Well, they scored from one in the first period, and Westlake making this look far too easy to try and do it again. He lost the puck almost at destination. Otherwise, that would have been a wonderful solo effort.
Yeah, he's trying to go coast to coast, and he's never going to let up, Westlake. He's got the heart of a lion. He doesn't need a C on his sweater to play hard for his teammates, that's for sure.
Final 10 seconds then of the Korean penalty kill. They're doing their best, but Canada are just teaming forward in numbers. McGregor was held up illegally.
Yeah. There's another penalty.
They'll probably high-five each other as they come the way out the box.
And Armstrong's going to get one there. He's going to give it to... No, he's giving it to Armstrong. He's calling him. So the Korean holds McGregor. He gives him a little stab in the kidney, and those hurt. And Armstrong, like a great teammate, Army comes by and says to him, hey, brother, you ain't doing that to my teammate. And he negates it, so it'll be a washout when the Korean comes on from the first penalty. It's showing no time on the penalty to 97, so I guess he's coming out right off the draw.
Yeah, he wasn't happy there with the official that he was still trapped in the cage, even though he's got no more time to serve. But I suppose while your number's up on the big scoreboard, you've got to be there, and now he'll be released.
There you go. You're out for good behavior.
4-on-4 we are then. And we could be for the remainder of this period. Not long left to go. And this is Korea's best shot at getting a goal. How they'll celebrate that if they've got the energy left to do it. The last thing you need coming towards the end of a week like this is to face the likes of Canada, but you've got to if you want to be one of the best, and Korea are now. But once again, it looks like tomorrow will be a battle for bronze for them rather than anything more. But they'll probably have taken that if you gave it them at the start of the week.
So who's spinning and twirling and on his stomach? Reminds me of the old player on the team, number 29, Graham Murray from Gravenhurst, Ontario.
So a minute still left on the penalties, but less than that on regulation for the second period. And can Canada get an 8th hit? They're certainly sniffing around double figures, and you wouldn't bet against them reaching that target by the end of the game.
Bridges sort of just pushes the Korean aside like he's a fly on him in the hot summer day.
Oh, it was almost cut back for Bridges there. The angle wasn't great, but Yu Man Gyun almost gifted it back there. He's a nervy man right now. you'd be jaded as well, wouldn't you, when you've had so much coming against you?
Yeah, 100%. And you know what? He hasn't played bad. He just had a ton of shots on him, a ton of good quality shots. There really hasn't been a lot of just shooting to shoot. I think Coach Babby and Coach Foligno really have this team working like a well-oiled machine, and they want another shot at the Americans tomorrow.
McGregor, well, you could say it was straight at the goaltender, but he still had to get his hands up in the air, but he won't that time.
Wow. With 11 seconds left in the period, McGregor has an opportunity, and he lets a ripper go, and the Korean goalie makes a nice stop, but leaves the rebound. Then he gets it back, and with 1 second on the clock, he puts it in the top corner, where Mama keeps all the medicine. And again, the Canadians take a big lead, 8-0. There it is, in and out so fast. Under the upper bar, around to the side post, and in. There's the other chance. There he gets it back and puts it in. Bulges the twine, as they say.
Well, it looked like McGregor there was just casually lying on his side as he thumped that one in. He's got a smile on his face, and if you're a Canadian persuasion, you will as well. Your side 8-0 up at the end of the second period. Rosie, Canada once again showing that when they have to, when they need to, when they want to now, they can just go up the gears. 4 more goals to add to the 4 in the first period.
Yeah, Hickey, McGregor, Bridges and McGregor, sounds like a law firm. They're just scoring, man. 4 goals in the first, 4 goals in the second. Everyone's moving the puck around. Everybody is in the play. I think Coach Babby's going to be very happy with the play. Only one real tough test in this game on Larocque, and he pushes it aside with his blocker. This Canadian team looks really ready, and they're going to have to get ready. I know I keep saying it, but the U.S. is going to be a tough team tomorrow. Westlake coming in, slips it off to Hickey. Oh, what a beautiful goal. Right hand over to the left hand. That's something players couldn't do years ago. Beautiful play. Here's one that kind of messed up a little. Slips off from Lavin to McGregor. McGregor says thank you, and the captain puts it in over the Korean goalie's head and under the bar. Here's Billy Bridges. He takes that shot and he said, thanks for being a great mom, and that's for you, Mary. Right under the bar. Wow, that's a shot. That is a shot. And here's the last one with 1 second on the clock. 1 second. Captain McGregor puts it under the bar. This is a good chance with 11 seconds. Misses it. The play keeps going. Great win, by the way, by Greg Westlake. Their face-offs on this team, Westlake and Bridges take a bulk of them, and they win most of them, and puts it in again, Jono.
Just shows that the best teams do not let up until that horn sounds for intermission, and Canada going right to the death there and just strangling Korea, who at the other end you can see failed to have a shot on goal during the whole of that second period to reply to the 9 that Canada had. 4 of them found the back of Yu Man-gyun's net, and you would not bet against them ticking over into double figures as we go to the final period. That'll be coming up shortly, but the scoreline for now reading Canada 8, Korea 0. Canada 15 minutes away from a spot in tomorrow's gold medal game here at the Ostrava Arena. The World Para Ice Hockey Championships 2019, the penultimate day. And as you can see, Canada 8-0 up against the Republic of Korea, who looks certain to be battling for bronze this time tomorrow. Big welcome along if you are just joining us, and hello again if you've been with us all the way through this one so far. The story of the game pretty simple. Canada getting 4 in the first period and 4 in the second, and the likes of Seokyong Lee, despite how well they've been supported from those that have travelled from Korea to the Czech Republic, have struggled to match those in the red and black of Canada. And Jonathan Bell here alongside me, Paul Rosen. And Rosie, really a case of Canadian dominance, and again showing that they could just turn the screw whenever they like it and manage this game like champions.
Yeah, absolutely. They have dominated this game, and the Koreans are changing goalies, giving their big man the third period off, so he'll be prepared for the bronze medal game tomorrow. I think that's a smart move. Nothing could come out of it. Why let him, be in there for more than 8 goals? And Dominic Larocque, and if you saw that graphics, he's had 2 shots on goal. This could be a back-to-back 0. I won't say the word because the goaltending union will fire me, but this could be back-to-back 0s. And he does not look like he's stretching. He's moving around. Larocque, a great guy. His family watches back home in Quebec. His sister is a massive fan. I know she's watching. Larocque loses his leg in Afghanistan, Jono, and the ultimate sacrifice, keeping our world safe so me and you can be in Ostrava watching this game and calling it and having a nice meal back at our hotel, and loses a leg and comes back and I'll just play goal in a few Paralympic games. Nothing that difficult. Unbelievable. What a great kid.
Final period of this semi-final then, set and ready. Canada 8 up against Korea. At what point are they going to stop? Just the change being confirmed in venue of goaltenders, with Lee Jae-woong in for Yu Mang-jung. Lee Jae-woong, has to be said, the younger out of the two, but he was certainly having his fair share of action in Pyeongchang last year at the Paralympic Games. And Korea, wonderful host there. They'll certainly have recognised how good a host the Czechs have been here as well. We'll be seeing tomorrow, though, if the Czechs can do what Korea did and get a medal from our home games.
Absolutely, and that is a huge, huge honour. That almost leaked in the side.
Well, I'm surprised the net there stayed in the crease, because there was a lot of players floating around it.
They got special Czechoslovakian glue, which keeps the pegs in.
Hope to treat there. As Canada, there's a stick loose behind that net. I'm not quite sure whose it is, but Canada continuing, not stopping for anyone. Cutting thrust nature, which gets them so far. Here's Riley. Oh, chance. Oh, just didn't go with the venom that he may have wanted to, and it goes wide on the rebound.
But he doesn't stop. He picks up the rebound, and that's the, all your young players out there, don't stop, don't give up. When you miss the shot, pick that rebound up. Cosolino shoots wide there.
Well, once again, Canada are just wanting to pin Korea inside their own territory. Korea struggling to get out, but here they may have the opportunity now.
Oh, Camel with a big, big hit. Welcome to Ostrava. Wow, nice hit.
And they sent him back home to Korea there, and he's come off the ice as well as Lee Seokyong. Canada right now respectfully going about their business, but making sure if Korea try and tread on the toes, they're straight into them. Here comes Armstrong, who's too quick hit, going on the outside. Just hold play, back for Crane. Crane trying to shift it onto the right, got stuck under it eventually, but it still finds its way through, and it's a good spread that by Lee Jae-woong.
Big stop, real nice stop as he gets big and stops it.
Now Korea have a play of their own, and they'll go from deep and fizz it over.
It's almost like Rock wanted to stop that and put his stick up and said, yeah, I don't want to take that chance. Korean got a nice elbow in the head there.
Well, they're going to have to make sure they stay on side here, Korea, but they'll dump it. And will they have a chance to freshen things up defensively? They will. They'll make one defensive change there. And Canada try and do the same themselves now, coming up the other way.
Lavin moving around in the neutral zone. Really nice and easy. Look at that tic-tac-toe passing.
Great movement off the puck as well. Hickey, one of those. Has it, trying to just carve his way through. Halted. And Korea. Well,
that was a different move.
Well, you could see him look up there and just see a sea of red and decide not to clear it away, and then he fell. Korea just aren't quite sure what the right route away is.
James Dunn out there. He missed the first game. He's been backing everyone since.
Now Hickey trying to plot his way through the Korean maze. Koreans here keeping Canada at puck so far, but how much longer? Well, thankfully they've got Lee Jae-woong between the sticks, and I said before the game they can call upon either goaltender. Yeah. Both of them have shown their worth as we'll go to a break. Canada are still 8 up here in the semi-final against the Republic of Korea. We'll be back in a minute. Korea picking up the face-off there. They're successful against Italy in doing that in the quarter-final. Let's not forget how they got here. They scored 6, but the man who scored half of them goals isn't playing today. That's just part of the reason why they're not being victorious in this one, but probably 95% of the reason is the fact they're up against Canada, who just aren't letting up at all. Great agility from McGregor. Options with him. Maybe an opportunity for a shot, and he actually hit McGregor in the end.
Yeah, I think Kemmel wanted to slip that down to Westlake, but he got tied up a little there.
Just over 10 minutes to go. At least with this one, we know it won't be going to overtime, as we had earlier on today. Norway clinching 5th spot. Morten Varner's the match winner with a goal in overtime to seal them 5th ahead of Italy, who will go home as the 6th best team in the world. Now Korea nipping in there in front of the Rock. Just didn't get the numbers up over the blue line quickly enough.
Good hit by Armstrong there. Again offside. Nothing really going well for the Koreans today.
Yeah, and probably wise that they'll have a couple of players coming back for tomorrow's bronze medal game fit enough to be the match winners.
Yeah, I'm very impressed with Liam Hickey. I think he is just such an all-around great player. Can do it all.
And if it is the USA that Canada face tomorrow, what a game that will be. Of course, on day one, the two North American sides did battle. America victorious on that occasion, but Canada will want to change that. Hickey going short side and hitting the pipe.
And that was a great game. That was an absolute great game. Dominic Rock played great. The Americans won 3-1. Kind of the Declan Farmer show. Just moving everywhere he wanted at will.
You can see Declan Farmer and his American colleagues at 8 o'clock local time tonight. Wherever you're watching now, make sure you're with us then, as Canada, well, flirted with the idea of a ninth. Hickey will wait for a more outrageous route. And goodness me, wasn't it worth it? What a blockbuster into the top corner. And it's 9 for Canada.
I hope you don't get sick and tired of me talking about Liam Hickey, everybody, but I got to do it. You got to do it. Liam Hickey coming in here, he loses the puck, but he takes it. He continues. He comes in and he lets an absolute rocket go right under the bar, far corner, no goalie stopping that. I don't care who you are. I don't care if it's the great Dominik Hasek from the Czechs. That's going in. Turn, turn, turn. Look at this. Boom. That's almost unfair. It is almost unfair. He probably could run for mayor of his city in Newfoundland and Labrador and win, hands down.
Well, Lee Jae-wung just looking around there, completely bemused. Was that a puck that flew past me or a bullet? Canada near double figures.
Big hit there.
You can see the fitness levels as well of Canada. And what would Canada have been doing yesterday on that day off? For that matter, what would most of the teams have been doing?
Well, Canada for sure was having a practice, I know that, working on different things, probably a power play, a little penalty killing, maybe having some fun, doing some drills, but they probably had a good hour practice, maybe went for a team walk, did some team bonding, and maybe then gave the guys a little bit of free time, and the U.S. probably did exactly the same thing. Oh, the boards moved there.
That was huge. There's a cameraman just resting on there. I'm surprised the camera didn't fly off his shoulder. You can see him now soaking up all the action there. The best view in the house.
Yeah, and the one thing, Jono, that people might not understand, in able-bodied hockey, when you hit somebody at the boards, you know, you and the boards kind of sway because you're hitting above the boards on the glass mainly. When you hit somebody in a sled, you're hitting each other into the boards that don't give, the sled that doesn't give, and something's got to give, and it's usually the body. That's a huge difference in this game.
It's really punishing, isn't it, as Canada look to push a career now, and well, the effort there was from Lahu, even though he was on the stretch, and still created some sort of opportunity.
Look at the hustle by Lavin, just unbelievable hustle. 9-0, and you'd think that a forward's not going to hustle back, but that's how Coach Babby has this team regimented into an absolute one for all and all for one type of mentality.
And you mentioned as well, Paul, the fact that Ken Babby, even on timeouts, he's getting out the whiteboard and he's saying, look, this is how we're going to do it, and even at such a big advantage they've got now, they're making sure that there's no little lapses of complacency seeping in.
No, because when you play the Americans, if you make one mistake, it's in the net. You're not going to get a chance to mess up and have them miss. They don't miss. Farmer, you know, Roybal, Pauls, I could go through the whole lineup. They don't miss when they get a chance.
Canada almost losing track of the puck there, but Gemmell had enough ice around him not to be punished. Crane, look at that.
Last man, and he just moves it like nothing.
And, well, the referee, they're not helping out Korea.
That's when you know nothing is going well. Hits the ref and comes back in your zone.
Well, I think we knew that luck wouldn't be on Korea's side when that second goal went in. The nature of it was as fortunate as anything you'll see this week. Bridges there trying to go for something a bit more direct. But then again, Canada did get one lucky goal, but the rest of them have been great quality.
Yeah, there's been some great top corner shots in this game. The amount of talent on all nations when it comes to shooting is remarkable. And that comes from hard work and hard work alone. You don't get a great shot by just picking up a stick, man. You got to work hard.
We're into the last 5.5 minutes. Can Korea get a goal here? They've already got 9 in their opening 4 games, but yet to score against any North American outfit. And look at that. And you can tell that he used to be a skater out there on the ice as well. The way he's able to control the puck so well once it bounces off his chest. Not many goaltenders can boast that ability.
Absolutely, and that's huge. Great thought, Jono. He just takes it. He knows how to stick handle. He knows how to shoot. He's very smart. He maneuvers the puck really, really well. And yeah, that's a huge bonus for a goalie like that.
Now the charge coming forwards for Canada. Lahu almost pushed on there by Yang Dong-shin. And well, the man who won bronze for Korea in 2018 at the Paralympics, flailing now as Canada gets stronger and stronger, and they've got the spare man and put it wide.
Lavin just missed an open top corner, and he was trying to put it in. I think you're trying to put that Big Ten up there.
Still the scrap for possession on. Korea, to their credit, have not let up. They wear their jersey with great pride.
Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. They've come a long way. And there's no shame in this. Absolutely no shame. They're getting better. Their big game will be tomorrow. And they'll be ready, I can guarantee you, Jono.
And what a game that'll be, whether it's against the US or the Czech Republic. Certainly the odds in favour of it being a Czech-Korea bronze medal match. But you never know. We'll find out in a couple of hours' time. Make sure you join us for that. It's an 8 p.m. local time puck drop between the Czechs and the United States. And this place will be packed to the rafters.
They will, and the Czechs will play hard, but if the Czechs beat the Americans, I will take my suit shoe off, put a little ketchup and salt on it, and eat it for you, okay?
I'll hold you to that.
Huge hit.
Canada looking to get a 10th. You can tell even at this part in the game, they're not satisfied with what they're at yet. They want to keep perfecting their game more and more. Vital connection on that from Crane. It may have been offside anyway.
It is. It is. This third period has gone by quite fast.
Yep, not long left of it to go at all. Canada 9 up here against Korea. Well, the Canadian supporters really enjoying it in the crowd there just during that interval.
Yeah, I don't know if that's Henry's father or... But he seemed to be enjoying himself on the KISS camera and dancing with Samsung, the mascot.
And why not? Canadians absolutely yet lapping this up. There's Gamble. dithered a bit there. Bridges was his only option. He wanted another one. Last 2 minutes of the game. There's a time for one more goal. Canada would love to get to 1-0. Korea would love to just get one on the board.
Yeah, you know, we got a timeout. Oh, who's calling the timeout? I can't see Canada calling a timeout of Korea. With 9-0 and 1:52 left, Canada calling a timeout. But Korea has it, Jono. You know, there's times in this game I want people that are watching at home to understand the players that came before. You know, the players that came before, to give the players the opportunity now to have the luxury and the great things they have. And so, you know, I'll go back to a guy like Pierre Pichette, one of the first goaltenders for Canada, and I'm sure he's watching today. He was my mentor. He played before me. He gave me the different things I needed to get that shutout in Torino in 2006. Guys like Todd Nicholson, who became massive ambassadors for the game with the IPC, and just incredible. Harvey Lord, who played the game since he was seems like 10 years old. He played forever. He was the only guy older than me, Jono. In Vancouver 2010, he was 51, I was 50. We were together we were older than about 10 players on the American team. Yeah, you got to remember the past to be able to pay homage to the future.
Absolutely, and the future bright as well, not just for those nations that have been up to the top for a long while, but those that are beginning to emerge as well. And of course, you'd always aspire to be as close as possible to Canada and USA. Much easier said than it is done, but you can always take the best bits from them and try and implement them in your own program. So there's a chance for a 10th now for Canada. Has it slipped through? It has. It has. And another fortunate one for Canada. But you mix fortune with great quality and you get success, and Canada are in a prime position tomorrow to go into the gold medal game and do just that. 10-0.
Yeah, I don't know what happened there. The goaltenders made some nice stops here. It seemed to just squeeze out of his glove. Yeah, it did. Lavin takes it. He takes a shot. It kind of just, no luck there. Hit his glove, rolled up through his chest, fell down on the ice, hit his stick, side corner, 8-ball, left pocket. Wow, that was Lavin's on the bench laughing because he doesn't even know what happened, how'd that go in, but it went in. He's got his goal. They've got their 10, and they got to get ready for tomorrow because they came here to win gold, not silver. You always want to win that last game. Remember that. You always want to win that last game.
Both sides will have a last game tomorrow, regardless of today's result. We knew that anyway. Canada now will have their name penned in to the gold medal match, and Korea that in the bout for bronze.
This place is starting to fill up, and I will tell you that it is going to be jam-packed in a couple hours for the 8 o'clock start. There will not be a seat available.
I know they've stopped selling online for tonight's game. There may be a couple on the door if you're lucky, but certainly you won't see many blue seats knocking around this place, if any. And what a fantastic sight it is for the local people who have put on a great show this week, but also this sport as well.
They have everyone in the city of Ostrava. Last time the games were here were 10 years ago in 2009. I was fortunate to play on that team. My last World Championships, and they were great then, but they were 10 times better now. The game is incredible. It's growing. The Czechs have a chance to, if they win tonight, play for gold. If they lose, play for bronze, their first medal ever. And that's how countries get better. That's how the government puts more money into the program. And that's how the players believe. The little boy or girl somewhere in the Czech Republic who's disabled, Jono, they're the ones that will benefit from this. They're the ones that will see and have heroes, but more than that, have heroes who are disabled. That means so much. Heroes who are disabled they can look up to. And that's why I love this game. And I love the way the world is now starting to embrace disability and findability through it. And that is number one, findability through disability.
Well, will Canada be number one this time tomorrow? They are another step closer to getting there. They will be there after a 10-0 success against the Republic of Korea. Job well done from Keb Babi and co. They were overwhelming favourites for this one, but they still had to make sure they did the job right, and they certainly did that. It is a super score for them as they hit double digits for the second time this week. Canada 10, Korea 0.
Now their player of the games, I'm not even going to attempt it because I've been wrong so much. They gave it to Tyler McGregor when he had 15 goals today. McGregor got, whoa, somebody goes down, the photographer.
He made that look cool though, straight onto his knee and took the photo.
Yeah, he did. He got 2 goals, 2 assists, 5 shots. That's not bad, that's pretty good. 97, you know, he was, did they say 97 or my Korean? My Korean's getting better. Yeah, 97. He was pretty good. He was all over the place, threw a couple of hits.
Had a big chance in the first period, didn't he, when he could have got away and maybe troubled Larocque. And I remember you saying at the time there, Rosie, that at the time it might not seem like a big moment, but later on it will, and it did.
Yeah, absolutely. And I will tell you, the Koreans will go back to the hotel. They'll get themselves prepared. They'll have a nice meal. They'll get some fluids in them. They'll get ready because they want to go back to back to back. They won the bronze in 17. They won the bronze in 18. They want to win the bronze now. Now let's get set for, in my opinion, a great anthem, the Canadian national anthem.
Canada will be hoping that isn't the last time that we hear their national anthem in Ostrava. Korea will be hoping it's theirs we hear this time tomorrow. Korea going for bronze then, and Canada going for gold. And as we reflect on that one, Rose, it was a game that we sort of knew that they would win. We didn't know how they'd win it. In the end, a lot more comfortable than it was earlier in the week.
Yeah, I think this might be their most complete game. I think the coaching staff will be really happy. There were very few, if any, mistakes. They moved the puck well. They really did a lot of things on the power play and the penalty kill well. Their goals were beautiful. They scored some absolute cannon shots, and I think overall they'll be very happy. And I think overall Korea's going to just wash this one out and get ready for tomorrow.
Great scenes as well there as the players go up to the officials, but everyone in this crowd as well. I can see the paper clappers, there's the horns. I've even seen one of the wooden twirlers that you spin around your neck, something that you'd have seen on a football terrace in England in the 70s in here as well. Everyone is getting ready, not just to salute these players for a terrific performance here, but later on. The Czech flags are already decked out. We're going to see tons more as well in the next 90 minutes. That's how far away we are from having the Czechs against the United States of America in the second of our semi-finals, and it's difficult to comprehend right now how good the atmosphere is going to be for that. But Rosie, you've already had a taster of that this week.
Yeah, the atmosphere on Wednesday night was absolutely mind-boggling, and it's only going to get better tonight, and it's only going to be better tomorrow, whether they play for gold or bronze. First time that the Czechs will have an opportunity to play for a medal. The color we don't know yet, but we know they will have that opportunity, and this place will be going absolutely crazy. I hope both our voices make it through. I hope when I fly back to Canada, I don't need a new voice. Here's a goal. This was Hickey's cannon under the bar. The second one was that kind of fluke off of Robbie Armstrong's sledding in. Here's another one. Hickey slides it over and it goes through an own goal. That was number 3. Bridges leaks out. Costelino. Westlake has it here. He's coming in, slips it off to Hickey. Hickey with a beautiful, beautiful, beautiful play. Left to right and in. This is the one that McGregor had a couple of chances. Put it in the top corner for another one. Billy Bridges with an absolute rocket in the top corner for his mom. Another great draw from Greg Westlake. Back to McGregor, misses it, picks it back up, and with 1 second left in the second period, McGregor puts it under the bar. The third period starts, and it's the same old show. Hickey turns, and goes top corner. And yes, there's more. There is more. Costelino with a nice slip back pass to Lavin. Somehow it goes in. Somehow it goes in.
Canada then, we know, will be in the gold medal game now, and look at that unbelievable comparison on the shot count. 34 from Canada, 3 from Korea, but a couple of those from Dominic Larocque were impressive saves, and he had to be alert for them despite very much during the game not having much to do. The horns are sounding already in anticipation for our next game here from the Ostrava Arena at the World Para Ice Hockey Championships 2019. It's the final game on the penultimate day, and it sees the host nation, the Czech Republic, in action against the United States of America. Join us for that, 8 o'clock local time. We'll be on air a few minutes before it. We can't wait for it. But until then, from Ostrava, it's goodbye for now.